What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the fifth round, as always, by myself, Steven Moustaris. And man, I just finished the last couple videos of just breaking down UFC's 261, all three of the title fights, and who I kind of think is gonna win, and just stuff I picked up from the press conference and whatnot. And I really wanted to there's not other than Jimmy Crute on this fight card. There's not too many people that I really like have my eyes on right now, and I guess technically I would say the co-main event of the night, other than the three title fights, is Uriah Hall versus Chris Weidman. And I just kind of wanted to break down this Chris Weidman situation because I'm sitting there watching him weigh in today, sitting there just seeing he's kind of just happy to be a part of it, and whatnot. And I kind of had this feeling of like, dude, I remember Chris Weidman is like this next up and comer. Matt Serra's talking about how he's about to be the next GSP, if not better. Anderson Silva, all these people, and then clearly his last couple fights have been terrible. But like the dude came into the UFC in 2011 and rattled off 3 wins in that year, which I mean we're against absolute fucking nobodies, really. Like I'm not trying to be mean, like in the UFC at least, because all those guys are fucking killers. They beat all of our asses, all us normal people and all us fans. But like when it comes to like actual like professional fighters fighting each other, especially in the UFC, it's definitely, we all know there's the like champions, there's the contenders, there's the like top 10, there's the top 15, and then everybody is unranked, and then like I mean you got probably them like 5 people in each weight classes that are not ranked, but they're making their way up, and then you got everybody else in the bottom who are just kind of fillers and whatnot. And I could be wrong, it could be an awful opinion, but it's just the way I look at it. And Chris Weidman definitely beat up 3 people in 2011, which he should have. You know what I'm saying? He did his job, came in, knocked out 3 people. I shouldn't say knocked out because I think he had 2 decisions and 1 knockout. And then we go into 2012, and he has a decision win over Damian Maia, which is awesome. He loves that wrestling and whatnot. Definitely a pretty good performance. And then what kind of puts him on the map and what gives him these title fights with Anderson Silva is his knockout against Mark Munoz within like 2 minutes, like some ridiculous shit. And I remember them being like training partners and stuff. I remember it being a big deal. But definitely that was like that time where you're like, oh shit, Chris Weidman knocked down Mark Munoz. Like everybody knows in MMA, if like you were a big fan, Mark Munoz was that dude at one time, and like super scary. And to this day, one of the best coaches around. So it was very impressive. But then you got it. That's what leads you into the 2013 battles with Anderson Silva twice. Which, no offense to Chris Weidman, but like I remember going into that fight. I mean, clearly Anderson Silva at the time was untouchable. A god, just got done front kick Vitor Belfort, embarrassing all these people left and right. Yushin Okami, Damian Maia, freaking Rich Franklin, Forrest Griffin, all these finishes. Stephen Bonner, 205. Like, see all these fantastic finishes, performances. Like, dude cannot be touched. And I remember going into that fight, like, no offense to Chris Weidman or anything, like, you just kind of thought it was just another person. And then I remember that very vividly, like watching that fight at I think it was B-Dubs in Maslin, and watch Anderson Silva take this, like put his hands down, do a showboat that he always used to do. I mean, everybody knows it. Like clearly gets caught when he's trying to lean back, gets caught in the chin, and then finally gets the rematch that he deserves or whatever. And what I thought the first round for sure, I thought he looked really well. I know he got like clipped a little bit, but like he was looking good. He was starting to come get his shit together. And then we saw a scene, great leg check. I definitely agree. It was a beautiful check of the leg, but how many of those actually break people's legs? You know what I'm saying? It's not often. But anyway, it's not his fucking fault. He beats Anderson Silva twice. Awesome. And then he moves on and defends his belt twice against Lyoto Machida. I think he had a decision win. And then the knockout of Vitor Belfort, which is like fucking awesome. You're like, dope, okay. So the dude comes into the fucking UFC, starts off 9-0, and then spinning back kick, missed time of it, gets him knocked out by Luke Rockhold, ground and pound, some nasty shit. One of the more like dominant performances by a contender. And then goes on flying knee from hell from Yoel Romero, gets absolutely destroyed by Gegard Mousasi. 3 knockout losses in a row. Then he finally gets back on track and submits Kelvin Gastelum after being knocked down. If people don't remember, like within the first minute, takes a vicious left hand, gets knocked down, and then he finally came back and won round 2, and then round 3 finally submitted him, but he was just too strong for him. But then we see the forehead knockout of a lifetime from Ronaldo Jacare Souza, who knocked him out with a forehead punch in the third round. Which I remember then was kind of sad because I like both of them. I like Ronaldo Souza and I love Chris Weidman, but it was like both of them you could tell were getting older, and it was like really like slower paced fight. And if I recall correctly, I'm pretty sure that was a main event, and if not, it was definitely a co-main. And it just remember it didn't like really deliver, even though the knockout was beautiful. You never see a forehead knockout like that usually, but. And then sadly he tries to move up light heavyweight in 2019, gets knocked out in 1 minute by Dominic Reyes. And then his last win last year is his only fight in 2020 against Omari freaking Akhmedov or whatever. It was like really sad to watch because Chris Weidman, you see him go 9-0 in the UFC and then finishes. He's 1-5 until he wins his last fight last year. And it was just so sad because it was a sad performance. He got super tired, and like he won and all, but like just how excited he was to just to compete and just to win was cool. I loved it, but it's just like, dude, you're fighting. Okay, I get Uriah Hall is definitely somebody you can beat, but it's just sad, man, because you just shows the time of UFC and MMA. Like you can come in here looking amazing at 9-0, next big thing, all this stuff, and then one spinning heel kick fucks your life up, and now you go from 9-0 to 2-5, and if you lose to Uriah Hall, dude, like what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like no offense to Uriah Hall, you need her. We just seen what he did to old ass Anderson Silva, but I don't know. It's just sad, and it's like I don't know. I don't like seeing our favorite champions and our fighters and whatnot kind of just take too much damage. So I hope he gets this done. I hope I'm completely wrong. Hopefully he turns around his career, but it was kind of cool just to go look back at the Chris Weidman and just kind of be like, dude, was he even that good of a champion? You know, but hey, this has been the fifth round as always. Stephen Moustaris. Thank you guys for listening, and I hope you guys have a good one.